I see too many smart, driven people beat themselves up because they want to make a change in their life, but they keep failing to follow through. They say things like, I should be able to do this. Why is it so easy for other people? I just need to try harder this time. I used to say the same things. I thought I just wasn't disciplined enough, that maybe it was just harder for me. But when I finally learned the truth about self-discipline and how to actually develop it, everything changed. And it will for you too, because the problem isn't you. And I need you to know that. The problem is willpower doesn't work. And if you're relying on it to change your behavior, you're setting yourself up to fail. It's time for a different strategy. For me, it showed up when I'd get super excited about work. I'd go all in, schedule back-to-back meetings, chase outcomes, be available to everyone. But without even realizing it, I'd stopped working out. I'd grab whatever food I could between calls and I'd tell myself it's just a busy season, I'll get back on track later. But later never came, and even when I tried to bring the healthy habits back, I was exhausted. I tried to willpower my way through with a morning workout or prep healthy meals, but I never stuck to it because my environment, my energy, and my priorities were all working against me. It wasn't a willpower problem. It was a systems design problem. And I see the exact same pattern with so many of my clients. They get stuck in this loop where they try and then they fail and then they blame themselves for not having enough willpower, and then they try again using the same strategy. It feels logical, I know, but it's actually the definition of insanity. Trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We need to break that cycle and instead turn it into try, fail, refine the strategy, and try again. That's how real behavior change happens, not through forcing harder, but by adjusting smarter. First, you need to understand this. For every single person who wants to accomplish anything meaningful in life, there's a constant battle happening in your mind. It's a battle between what you feel like doing right now and what you actually want long term. And if you consistently want to win this battle, then you have to shift your strategy from willpower to self-discipline. Here's how I think about it now. Willpower is when your logical mind is trying to overpower your emotional mind in the moment. You're standing in front of temptation, tired or stressed, and just trying to force your way through it without a plan. And honestly, that's just hard. It's almost impossible to sustain. Self-discipline, on the other hand, is something else entirely. It's about having a strategy and intentionally designing your life around the behaviors that align with your long-term goals. It's practicing things like clarity of identity and where you're going, delayed gratification, choosing what you want most over what you want right now, emotional regulation, learning how to not act on impulse, and most importantly, designing your environment so that the right behaviors are easy and the wrong ones are harder to do. So you're not relying on motivation or willpower every day. You're creating conditions that help you win over and over again. If you've been relying on willpower to change your life and wondering why it's not working, you're not broken. You've just been using the wrong tool for the job. The truth is, real change doesn't happen by forcing it harder. It happens when you create a system that supports who you're becoming. And that's where self-discipline comes in. Because when you understand how to design your environment, how to manage your energy, and how to align your daily actions with your vision, you don't need to constantly fight yourself every day. You make the right behaviors feel natural, and the wrong ones start to fade away on their own. In the next video, I'll walk you through a simple but powerful framework to help you do exactly that. How to create more of the behaviors that move you towards your future self and less of the ones that pull you away. So if you're ready to stop forcing and start designing, watch this next video.